Hi, I'm Terry McManus from Tech Data, the project manager here, and over the years we've done a lot of work with manufacturing complex harnesses which needed to meet the requirements for EMC, for Tempest and for other requirements. It is quite complex to design and manufacture harnesses in this marketplace. At best, for a simple coax cable, it can be quite complicated, and then when you introduce multi-core cables, it can be very complicated, and then the complication after that is when you start to strip down the legs and make it into a multi-core harness and actually attaching connectors onto the end of it, it does become extremely complicated. And for this sake, what we've done is we've developed a common approach, four-stage common approach to this problem in order to be able to try and reduce risk at the earliest stages as possible. So the first thing is selection of the best materials. Having designed and manufactured lots of cables over the years, we know what are the best what are the best wires, what are the best screens, and how to optimize that to give flexibility where required, to give ruggedness where required. So selection of materials and design of the actual cable itself is important. Following on from that, once we have specified and purchased the cable, what we like to do is to do some tests on the raw cable itself in order to be able to characterize the cable as soon as possible, so that we get a level of comfort to say that, yeah, this cable is going to perform well. Having then designed the harnesses themselves, what we do is build test articles which are similar to the finished build item, and then we use those to test and make comparisons with the cable testing that we did previously to see if we're getting the same characterization. If we then use best practice in build and control our processes, then this brings us on to stage 4, which is controlling the processes, training our operators, training our technicians using best practice, and then controlling the processes so that we get repeatability, and when we test the total system with the harnesses on it, then you have the best chance of getting a good pass on the system level as early as possible. One of the challenges, of course, is that around 80 to 90% of the EMC failures at system test level propagate onto and manifest themselves on the cables. So if you've got a high level of confidence in the cables in the first place, then you can be certain that the cables are performing well, the harnesses are performing well, and it doesn't distract you, and you can look elsewhere to find out and identify what the actual problems are.